questions, Andy? Yeah. Thank you so much, Chase and Andy, for having us. Like, seriously, I appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you all for coming out. Obviously, you probably know I'm Rebekah Cohen Morris, running for District 2 in Doraville for the City Council seat. And I'm really excited to be here with a lot of you guys. I see a lot of people were at the debate, the community forum last night, but it's really just, it's so nice to live in a community where you really can get to know people and be a part of their lives. And I really want to serve you as a city council person. I want to take time to listen to you and to have a lot of transparency, to be communicative, responding to emails, phone calls, sending out newsletters, things like that. So I really want to make sure that I'm a public servant, and that's the first and foremost thing. Second of all, if you have any questions at all, I wanted to kind of give people a chance to have more time to talk, but I also know we're at a brewery, so it's kind of more fun to have music and all of that. So please do come up to me and ask me questions, but if you're like, man, I just have this like big question that I don't feel like I had answered last night at the community forum or something like that, I want to be able to give you some insight, I guess, to my positions on things. But I definitely think that the city of Doraville is at a point where we're like literally like turning the page to this like new and exciting chapter. And I think that with the right council and the right mayor, we are going to be able to move forward. And like I said last night, I don't want to, be duplicative and say everything over again. But if we build on the legacy that we have as a city and the history and the investments that people have made into the community for the last 100 years, but decades definitely, I think that we can learn from past mistakes and really move forward into a time where we don't have to come to Chamblee to have a brewery. But I do love coming to Chamblee because we're like sister cities, yeah, right? Well, you guys just have to come to Doraville. Look at that second location. But I think that we need to continue to have growth in our city and continue to make those incremental steps towards more economic development, more housing, more community gathering spaces. And I don't think that's necessarily a huge planned development where we really just cross our fingers and hope it all works out for the best. That's happening, and it doesn't have a connection to MARTA. Currently, we have to finance a big tunnel or a bridge to connect it to the MARTA station. We currently own a ton of land right across from the MARTA station. The city has the city hall. We have some old buildings that aren't even being used. We have a lot of parking lots. And in the city of Atlanta, where people, I know for me personally, when we were looking for a home, we were looking for a transit station that we could walk to theoretically when it's not super hot. So we were walking to MARTA. It's within a mile. So we have a forest in our backyard, a creek, but MARTA right across the street. So we can walk there, we can bike there, but we have to do so with like great risk to ourselves, crossing the Buford Highway, hoping we don't die. We need to have more connectivity in places that are, do it in a way that's safe for people to walk across with their stroller. Do it so that there's bike lanes that are connected to the MARTA station. But even more than that, we need to start developing on the land that is right across from the MARTA station. And I think that if we can do that, we get those little incremental changes, parcel by parcel, we can start to create this movement towards more economic development in our city. And we don't have to find someone who wants to sell land. We already own it. So I think if we do these things that we know are already, the ball's kind of in our court, and I think that we need to take it to that next step. And as a city council person, I hope you know I'll be fighting for that and putting you guys first, and we'll be very accountable to you. And I plan to have things that contrast a lot, but also hopefully one day at a brewery right across in our city. And I want to work together with the region, but we also need to make sure that Doraville's experiencing that growth. So I hope you guys join me for that. I hope you vote for me on November 5th, or right now if you want to go do early voting tomorrow. You can go to the Briarwood Recreation Center or Dunwoody. There's a bunch of different locations. But also I'm really wanting to make sure I can do this last leg of the election in a way that reflects excellence and engagement. So if you'd like to make a donation, I would really appreciate it. I have the internet set up right here. If you're old school and want to leave a check or anything, that's fine too. I really hate asking for money. But it's not going to, it's going to support local businesses. But it's also, I need to, send out mailers and things like that, and I want to make sure that I can finish that last leg. So I do want to ask for that. But more than anything, I want you guys to have a good time tonight and get to know some of the different candidates that are here. So I wanted to give a shout out to candidates that are here. If you're a candidate, would you like to raise your hand? So, this is Andy Yeoman. He's running for District 1. I'll let you say a couple things, and Maria and Joseph, if you'd like to as well.
I don't want to.
Can you say hi? I mean, it's not stealing my thunder.
No,
I'm going to stand up here.
Let's hear it, Andy. Let's hear it, buddy. No, I'm Andy Yeoman. I'm running in District 1. So those of you that aren't familiar, it's the area by the Home Depot and Hightower Elementary School. So a lot of Northwoods people here. But you do vote in all the districts, regardless of where you live. So you'll have the opportunity. Actually, in this race, there's 4 city council seats, and I spoke about that last night. This is a rare point in our history of the city where we're able to make so much change in one vote.
Yeah.
Normally, we get 3 people every 3 years, or every 2 years, and there's usually always an incumbent, usually 3 incumbents.
Yeah.
Because a series of events, we only have 1 incumbent this year, and whether you vote for her or not, there's the other races are completely open. So it's a good opportunity to make those changes. So that's all I want to talk about myself here.
That's great. Well, you guys, I want you to meet Andy and the other candidates who are here so that you can kind of get to know them. And, yeah, thanks. Maria, do you want to say a couple words?
I'm Maria Alexander. I'm running for District 3, which is the Oak Cliff district. I'm OTP. And I was on the council from 2007 to 2015, took a 4-year vacation, as the Eagles would say, and I decided to throw my hat back in the ring again. And I'm very excited about the new blood that is running for council and the young families that are getting involved in the city. Big plus, coming from the old school. So thank you, Rebekah, for the invitation. And glad last night's candidates forum's over.
Yes.
Joseph, tomorrow is your turn.
Yes. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate it. And Joseph, who's running for mayor, if you want to say.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you, Rebekah, for running and stepping up. Rebekah supports a lot of the same things that I do, especially the economic development, the incremental economic development, and the connectivity, not just for Northwoods, because I think Rebekah really does want connectivity for our whole city and for our city with our neighboring cities. And those are 2 goals that are extremely important to me. And if I haven't talked to you yet, I know I haven't talked to you guys yet, but if I haven't talked to you yet, it's not because I haven't wanted to. I would appreciate your vote on November 5th. I think this is an extremely important time for Doraville, and the mayor really does matter because it is a leadership position, and if your mayor doesn't want to go in the same direction as the council, the mayor can control the agenda, and you're not going to go as far or as fast as you wanted to. So, thank you.
Thank you, Jen. I opened up the whole thing to everyone, so it's awesome. We have someone 1, 2, and 3 in the mayor's race. Chris Henshaw and Tammy Bailey are not here from the special election. And there's other candidates as well that you're welcome to check out. But I'm really excited about this chapter. My kids are like, Mom, you're running for city council. And, Andrew's been great. He's not here because he's taking care of the kids, but I just want to give him a shout out because honestly, not every husband is willing to stay home and take care of kids so that they can stand and support their wife. So I really wanted to give Andrew a shout out. So Andrew, I want you to yeah. And so a lot of people, Leticia, she's one of my former students, and so I didn't know if you wanted to say a couple things, but that'll be the last thing, and we can go back to music and beer.
Yeah. Okay, so then I won't say much, but I met Rebekah when I was a freshman year. She taught at Cross Keys, and it's easy to say we became best friends after that. I was going to city councils, board meetings at like 15 years old, with like 40-year-old people about what I wanted around my school. But I think the thing that I love most about Rebekah is that she always had ambition and a goal set for us, and she really cleared a path for me in my vision to become my own person and speak out for what I believe in. And so I think seeing that in just a regular teacher at a regular old high school and seeing her grow and just become such a great person and wanting to change sorry,
Oh.
the neighborhood that I live in, because I love Doraville, and honestly, I don't think I could see anyone else better than Rebekah to run for city council. So yeah.
Thank you. Well, I guess cheers and thanks again for coming. Thanks
Cheers.
again, Chase and Andy, for hosting us. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Cheers, Rebekah.
Yay!